Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California, where it is bright and sunny and it is beautiful out there today, a little bit cold. And it is Monday, December 20th and 5 days till Christmas. And yep, we have a lot to talk about today. It's kind of the end of the year narrative after the FOMC meeting and what that means for Bitcoin, for altcoins, for the NASDAQ, for the dollar, and even gold. And in about 5 minutes, you're going to know whether we are bullish or bearish on the macro time frame. We cover the short-term time frames like over the next 1 to 4 hours, the medium-term price action over the next 1 to 5 days, and our higher-term time frames like over the next few weeks or months. And on Friday last week, we had what is known as the triple witching. And that is when stock options and futures expirations all expire all at the same time. And it was even more important because, well, that was the last really trading day of the year for most trading professionals. And that was the weekly close on Friday last week. And why do I say that? Well, you know, last trading day of the year, so a lot of positions are getting closed out. Essentially, people are closing their positions. Why? Because they want to realize their P&L, lock in their bonuses for the end of the year. And obviously there's tax harvesting going on as well. And professionals, you know, next year, they want to start out the year flat, right? And neutral so they can build it up from there. And that's normal. And realistically, these next couple of weeks, while there's going to be a few professional trading hours going on, like today for half a day, today and for half a day tomorrow, most people just take the rest of the week off. And we're talking about, you know, big accounts, big managers. And what that means is, you know, over the holidays right now, there's the opportunity for the retailers to kind of get into control for a little bit at least. And so I am expecting a bit of a slow week, of course. Watch me say that. And Bitcoin goes up or down 10, 20%. But it looks like right now on the 4 hour, I was going to say the downside move looks like it wants to play out, right? So we did get the break below. That would be the breakout and below the bottom side support. And now we have the 9 exponential, which is governing to the downside. And the measure move on that is going to play out down towards about 43,000. Yeah. I would say anywhere between 43,000 and 42,500. And it looks like that is the downside move. So what else do we have? We have volatility increasing. And we have trend. We got lower highs and lower lows. And then momentum is still crossed to the downside. So, yep. And basically, where would that move get invalidated? Well, any kind of a 4-hour closure back above 49,350 or call it 49,400. And I'm going to expect a move probably back up to about 54,000. Actually, top side of the range, I would say, is going to be coming in. Yeah. So I'd say we extend that move all the way up to 54,000. If we do get a 4-hour closure back above 49,000, call it 49,400. And real quick, let's take a look at our underlying market dynamics. The Bitcoin dominance here is coming in. I checked it earlier at about a 40%. For those of you wondering right there, Bitcoin dominance on the weekly, we are proposing that possibly putting in a macro low here, somewhere around 40%. And if Bitcoin dominance can get back above 48%, we'd expect altcoins to lose quite a bit. As far as the downtrend continues here on the weekly, we do have a lower high and a lower low. So could we get another lower low and come swipe down a bit lower? Only time will tell. All right, so we'll keep an eye on the Bitcoin dominance. We got the fear and greed index coming in at a 25. And as we have been saying over the past few weeks, we expect fear and greed index to hang out in the extremely or fearful zone for a couple of weeks. And that's exactly what we've had over the last couple of weeks since I believe, right before Thanksgiving. So that's going to play into the narrative that I think we are closer to putting in some type of a bottom. We had open interest tick up slightly to 11.1 billion. And we do expect as open interest goes up, price action will go in the direction of the trend. So we didn't see a major tick up. You want to see a tick up of at least, I'd say, $1 billion to $2 billion, and then price definitely typically moves in the direction of the trend. Global leverage is up to 0.91%, up from last week at 0.18. So still at a very high level. And then we have new outflows of coins coming off of exchanges, still at a high level. So people taking coins off of exchanges, usually to hodl, right? And then, back on, again, to the 4-hour on the CME chart here, any kind of a 4-hour closure back above 49,350 will invalidate that move. But otherwise, technically speaking, I should expect the move to play out and for, Bitcoin to head down around that $43,000 level, which isn't a bad thing. And we are proposing that could be a significant buying opportunity based on the weekly time frame and this massive ascending triangle, which we've been following over the past few weeks. But that would come in from this low right here and usually wants to line up somewhere around that green 55, which would be something like that. And it correlates better with spot price. And we are proposing that, we do get a wick back down to this level to kind of fill in that wick as we did back here, right? You can see we filled in that wick over a few weeks back after the May dump of last year. So moving on along here, still going to be macro bullish as long as we are closing weeklies above 43,000 on spot price, and on CMEs, it's going to come in right at 42,000 on CMEs. So another thing I wanted to bring up again on the daily CME chart, we have the stochastics, our momentum indicator, coming down to the critical zone. And when it tends to get around this 11 read, that tends to be a bouncy area. And we do not have Stokes crossed up right now. They're still crossed down, or they might be slightly crossing up. And if we do get a cross back up above this level on the Stokes, that's going to be a good indicator. We're probably going to get that bounce. What else did I wanted to bring up today? Real quick, let's check in on NASDAQ, which is looking pretty droopy here. And any kind of a daily closure here or lower, and I'm going to expect, where would our next target be? Let's do a bearish retracement here on this thing. And next target's coming down here to 15,269. I think that could be in line with Bitcoin putting in its low, perhaps. So let's keep a close eye on NASDAQ, and maybe I was wrong about what Powell said, and the markets didn't really like it. Checking in on Ethereum really quick here, kind of still maintaining this wedge pattern here. We haven't got a break above, and we could move this down here on the daily time frame to $4,000, and any kind of a break above there, right? Then the measure move is going to play out something like that. And to the downside, that obviously gets a lot worse. Puts Ethereum somewhere around 2,900 or 2,800. So this is going to be a critical area for, I'd actually raise this up here on a closure basis, on a wick basis down this wick, but any kind of a daily closure back below 3770, and I'm looking for a move at least to the bottom side of this wedge here, somewhere around 3,500. Perhaps we hit the blue, the purple 200 exponential, and we get that full move down here to this blue box territory. And that would probably be in line, again, with Bitcoin swiping the lows on this measure move right here to 42,790. Okay, real quick, checking in on MATIC. And MATIC still kind of maintaining this daily uptrend. And, you know, the weekly close was not very, oh, it was above the topside shoulder band, I believe. Yeah, just a hair above. And again, this is on a macro breakout, and this one looks like it wants to come back and retest the high somewhere around 280. But it has been extremely volatile, and I would expect, you know, overall correction. If Bitcoin does want to swipe the lows again, we could easily come back down and, you know, play off this 9 or the 21 for MATIC. And then Luna coming in strong, very, very strong close yesterday to the week above the topside Bollinger Band. I am expecting that move to get hit at 85 cents. And really, you know, I'm thinking this one, if Bitcoin wants to play out a bounce, this is one of the strongest altcoins in the market right now. And I believe we said, you know, first target's going to be 91 and a second target at 114. And that's if Bitcoin wants to bounce here and Ethereum along with it. And I think altcoins, some of the stronger ones, are going to perform quite nicely. Then Solana, did want to take a look at this one. Any kind of a daily closure back above 194, and I'm looking for the 230 target to get hit, and anything closing below 150, and that's not going to look nice at all. So definitely want to keep an eye on the 150 level, because that breaks in, we could get a wick down to 123. So in validation and validation on both sides, I would, but I do like this one back above 195, okay, because that was, you know, the major breakdown area. But looks like trend continuation from here on this one. And I did want to check in. Yeah, see, we're holding this green 55 on mana, but everything looks droopy. And when these two cross and start to govern, it's, you know, more of the same until the trend changes. So lower lows and lower highs. I do expect, you know, we get a very nice bounce somewhere off this level if it wants to even come back down there. I think we're getting into the more bouncy territory. And again, main thing is to keep an eye on Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, altcoins typically do more. Okay. With that said, I'm going to sign out today. Hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Talk to you soon. Take care.